Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Ain Malihah binti Fairuz.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Asri bin Muhammad Ali. My student ID is 2021103249.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Arief Ikhmal. My student number is 2021155747.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurul Asyiqin binti Rohaidy. My student ID is 2021115111. This is our group project prepared for Puan Siti Rozani binti Ismail. Our system name is Movie Ticket Online Booking System. In this presentation, the content will be system objective, system function, and system explanation.
So, our group have developed an online booking system which is Movie Ticket Online Booking System. When various of problems have been encountered, there are several objectives have been identified to overcome the problem. The objective of this web application system are: the first objective is to develop an online booking system that can save customers time to buy movie ticket by making reservations. With the online booking system, of course it can save customers time. Customers don't have to queue long at the cinema just to buy tickets. In fact, they only need an internet connection to browse this online booking system, and everything is at the customer's fingertips. The second objective is to provide facility whereby customers can gather movie schedule and information easier at certain cinemas. When customers use the online movie booking system, customers can view the screening schedule and info about cinemas and movies. With this function, it can be easier for customers because they do not have to go out to the cinema first before buying tickets. Customers can see all the details about the movie that will be screened as well as various of other info. The third objective is to ensure customer can book the ticket movie anytime and anywhere. Customers are free to book tickets wherever they are. This is because customers only need to go to our system and select the ticket they want. Customers also do not have to wait 30 minutes before the showtime starts because they can book tickets in advance of the showtime, as our system enables them to book tickets anytime they want. The last objective is to ensure that staff can work more efficiently at ticket counter, since some customers make bookings for the movie ticket. When many customers book tickets online, this can ensure that the staff in charge of the ticket counter are more efficient in managing the customers who buy movie tickets at the cinema. This can also ensure that there are no mistakes made by staff while selling tickets and so on.
Next, for the system functions, the first function is to create a data and insert them into a database system. The second function is to retrieve a data from a database system. The third function is to update a data. The fourth function is to delete a data. The fifth function is to search a specific data. The sixth function is to have a session timeout if the admin does not perform any action in the browser that initiates a request to the server. And the last function is to generate a movie ticket once payment has been made.
Okay, now I will explain to you about Sunday.com movie ticket booking system. So we have two types of users, which is the customer type and admin type. So let's take a look with the customer type first. So the customer need to go to the sign up page first and then fill in all the details. And then click submit. Okay, now the customer will be direct to the login page, and then they need to insert ID and password. and now the user will be in the main page. So now the customer need to book the ticket here. So first thing first, the customer should choose which the movie they wish to watch. So let's say he want to watch Spider-Man, and then here the movie information will be displayed to the customers, and then they need to choose the seat. So here the customer will see the screen display and the seat, so they can choose which one they wish to book. Let's say they have 3 people and they want 3 seat, and then they choose the time on the evening, and they need to pay. So they will go to the payment page. So they will choose either it is online banking or it is Visa. So let's say they want to, so this is for the Visa card and this is for the online banking. So they want to use the online banking type. And then make a payment. So after that, the system will generate the receipt to the customers. So here, as we can see, we have a ticket ID, the movie name, date, show time, and etc. So the users can also print the receipt and make another book of the ticket. So this is where they can save the PDF file for the ticket. So let's say they want to book another ticket. So now let's say they want to search what the movie is available on the cinemas. They can go to the search. So here they can search like Spider-Man or Scream, any other movies, so they can find here. So if the details display here, which means the movie is available in the cinemas. So they want to see. So they was not available in the cinemas. So now they can also manage their account here. So they can click on their username here, and then they can update all the detail of their profile. So this is the ID for the customers, his name, the email, and the address. So they can change their username and password here, and any other details. So I want to decide this or gonna be fixed, and then the users need to click update button. Let's see. And then click update. So the profile has been updated. So now as we can see here, all the details will be updated and show here. So now if the customer decide to log out, they can click this logout button here, and then if they wish to book another ticket in the future, they can click login and choose if they are the admin or the customer. If they are customer, choose customers and then input all the details, and then suddenly they forgot their password. So now the customer need to click forgot password here, and must remember his usernames and change the password here. And then the password is updated and can be logged again. Alright, so that's it. So they can log in again by using that features. So now I will explain to you about the admin user type. So first thing first, they need to log in and select admin type, and then insert their details. Submit, and then so this is the main page for the admin. Okay, first I want to explain to you about the customer list. So here, as we can see, this is all the customer that register in our system. So we have 8 customer here, and we can add new customers. So this is the example. Okay, now the new customer is successfully registered. As you can see here, the customer have 2 options in order to register their account. So they can register by themselves, or they can ask the staff to register for them. So if the staff want to edit the customer data, they can change here. So as we can see here, customer number 9 with the ID number 12. So the data is already edited. So if you want to search the customer by using ID, we can insert the number of ID here, and then the system will show only the customer ID that we'll search here. So if we want to see all the data together back, we can click this refresh button here, and we get all the result. Next, I will demonstrate to you about the movie list. So we can select that, and then here, as we can see here, we have 10 movies that's available in our cinemas. So here we can add the new data of the movies. Maybe it has Jaws 2, right? 12, category is hunter, and register successful. So we have Jaws 1 and Jaws 2. If we want to search the movie by the IDs, we can click this search bar input, and then we enter the ID here, and it will display the information of that particular ID. If we want to see all the data together back, click this refresh button and we can see all the data. And then if we want to edit, if it is the alright, so alright, so data has been successfully edited. So as we can see here, the data number 11 with the ID number 11, it will updated successfully. Okay, now I will explain to you about payment list. So as we can see here, we have 14 transactions that have been made by the customers. So as we can see here, we have two types of payment, which is Visa and online banking. So we can search the payment detail by using payment ID. So as we can see here, if you want to see payment ID number 13, so we can see here payment ID number 13, and this is all the information. Refresh, and if you want to edit the data, we can choose here. Let's say we want to change it by online banking. So data has been successfully ni. So as we can see here, data number payment number 13, we have changed it successfully. And then as we can see here, there is no add data here because the payment has been made by the customer. So the staff or admin must only can view the data. Okay, next let's have a look with staff list. So here as we can see, we have 3 staff, and then we can delete it, we can edit, we can add new stuff by using by current staff. So we cannot register stuff from the home page. So if we want to add another staff, we have to register by another staff. So as we can see here, and the address info, and then register successfully. So as we can see here, we have 4 staff that register in our company. So if we want to delete the current staff, you can click this button and then it will delete. If we want to edit the data, we can click this edit button, and then as we can see here, we can change. Data have been successfully edited here. So if we want to search the information about the staff by using ID, we can search here. We want to search number 1, number 3, because there is no other staff for the ID number 3, so it will display empty data. Number 5, so we have here staff ID number 5. So that's it. We can go back. So now I will demonstrate to you about the last list, which is the ticket list. As we can see here, this is all the information about the ticket that have been booked by the customers. We have 14 overall. So if you want to search the ticket, we can search it by the ticket ID. Search number 1. There is no information about the ticket ID number 1 because there is no data about it. If you want to search 10, we can get the value. So if we want to take a look all the information back, we can click this refresh and we get all the data back. So if we want to edit the data number with the ID number 14, so we want to change it to number 3 A02 A0, and then the number of customer must be 3 because this is the number of seat is 3 type, so that's why we have 3 number of customers. So this is only for the example purpose. So we can click this edit, and data has been successfully edited. Data number 14. If you want to check it more clearly, we can search it here. Data number 14, room number 3 and 3C. So after that, if the admin or the staff want to log out, they can click here. And then if they want to log in is back, admin, and then suddenly they forget about their password, so they can click this forgot password, click admin, and change the password. And then they can login back with the new password. Yep. So I think that's all for the flow of the system, Sunday Com movie ticket booking system.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I am going to explain about create function in our system. But before that, I want to explain the coding for HTML customer form. Okay, this is the coding for HTML customer form, and admin needs to key in this form in order to insert a new customer data. Then the admin will need to click on the submit button. The data will then be sent to our database system. To see the customer data in the database, we will need to click on this customer table. Then we can see, we can view back the data that we have entered. Now I am going to explain more further on the coding part. Inside this HTML customer form, to get value from the input tag, we need to give a name to the input tag. For example, for this input field, I name it as cast ID. For this input field, I name it as cast name. For this input field, I name it as cast email. For this input field, I name it as cast phone no. For this input field, I name it as username, and for this input field, I name it as password. Now, to send data from HTML form to this database, we need to use the method post. There are two methods, post and get, where secure method is post. That is why we choose to use post. As soon as the admin has clicked on this submit button, then the data will be sent to post method. So we have to cast the data through post method like this. Inside the curtain, you need to give the name of the first input type, which is cast ID. Here, we name it as cast ID. So inside the curtain, we need to put cast ID. Same goes to the other attributes. Then we will store into the cast ID variable. This one will be stored inside this cast name variable. Same goes to the other attributes.
Then we need to create a variable named query and write insert into customer table. For the column, write cast name, cast email, cast phone, no, username and password. As for the values, write back all of the variable that we have just created. Then we use MySQL query to perform the insert query on this database system. That is how you can write your code to create a data.
Next, we will see the next group process, which is read. The read function is similar to a search function, as it allows you to retrieve specific records and read their values. Read refers to a select. So, in our project, we use read in the searchcast.php. So, in the searchcast.php, we will put session start. Also, we will include dbconnection.php. So first, we will declare output, and next is if is set the post method search. If it is true, we will put search queue equal to post method search, and next we will query equal to MySQL query con for the connection. Select all from the table movie, where the movie name like search queue. Search queue is from the here post method search, or die. If it die, it will result could not search. So next count equal to MySQL num rows from the query. So if count is equal to 0, it will output empty. But if the count is not equal to 0, we will put else while row equal to MySQL fetch array from the query. So it will fetch from the database from row movie name equal to name, row movie date is equal to date, row movie category is from category, row movie language is from the language, and movie length is from the row length. So next it will output 10. Okay, next, this is for the navbar CSS, and this is for the search box CSS, and this is for the result CSS. So this is for the content for the navbar, and this is the for the content for the search box. Will form action search cast.php, method post, input text, search box, and also submit button. Next is for the result. PHP, if empty output, we will print all the output. Else, if output is equal to done, output is equal to done, we will get from here. It will output all the row that we get from the database. So we will output movie name, echo name, movie date, echo date, movie category, echo category, movie language, echo language, and also movie length, echo length. So else if output is equal to empty, empty is from here. If we get count is 0, we will output, we will print there was no such result. So this is for the footer. Now we will see how we implement update operation in our project. Update is the method to change an existing record in the table. We can use update to modify existing record that exists in the database. When performing update, you need to define the target table and columns to be updated. Now, we will see how we implement update operation in the profile.php. So first we will session start. Also we will include dbconnection.php for the connection. So this is to get the username for us to retrieve and get from the database. So username is equal to session username. Result is equal to MySQL query. Con is for the connection. Select all from the customer table where username is equal to username. So we'll put result in the row. So this is for the navbar CSS. This is for the starter CSS. And this is for the update CSS. So we use JavaScript function to cancel update. So for cancel, for R is equal to confirm, we'll output this. If R is equal to true, we'll put cancel. We'll back to the booking page, the PHP, or else cancel is equal to profile.php. So here we have the form for us to update. So action check update to PHP. That means if the customer hit the sub update button, it will go to check update to PHP. So here ID for the customer ID, we'll get the row customer ID and disable. So that means customer cannot update the customer ID. So name will echo row customer name required. So customer need to put their customer name back. Email row cast email. Phone number echo row cast phone number. And username row username. And also lastly password is row password. So this is the button update. This is the button for clear. And this is the button for cancel. On click return cancel update is we get from the JavaScript here. So lastly, this is for the footer. So next we will see the check update. When the customer hit the update button, it will go back to the action check update.php, because in our form we use action check update.php. So in the check update.php, we'll session start, and also we will include dbconnection.php. This is for the connection. If the server request method is equal to post, because the method is post. So if he set post action, we'll set the new customer name from the post customer name in the database. So new customer email is from post customer email. New customer phone number is from post customer phone number. New username is from post username. New password is from post password, and we declare username selected is equal to session username. So we declare query is equal to update from the customer table, set customer name to new customer name, and customer email to new customer email. Customer phone number is equal to new customer phone number. username is equal to new username. Password is from the new password, where customer table dot rook username is equal to username selected is from here. So it will store the result. MySQL query con is from the connection and query is from here. So if not result, it will echo cannot updated and try again. But if the result is true, it will echo your profile has been updated and it will back to the profile.php.
Now, I will proceed with one of the crude process, which is delete process. The deletion process in our web application system is done at page name staff_list.php and delete_staff.php. This is to ensure that the process to delete the whole record of the selected staff can be done. Firstly, once the staff have access to this page, they will manage to see the displayed details of all staff working in this company. Then, if the staff choose a staff record to be deleted and clicks on the hyperlink that shows the text delete, the system will bring the staff to the delete_staff.php page. In this page, it has been included with the page db_connection.php, which contains the connection with the database so that we can retrieve the data that we want to delete. So, when the ESET function has get the staff ID value, it will proceed with the SQL query for deletion. The SQL query will be delete from staff, where staff_ID equals to the value of staff_ID that the system gets from the staff_list.php page. The delete variable will hold and perform the SQL query for deletion by connecting with the database. Finally, once the deletion process has been successfully performed, it will bring the staff back to the page staff_list.php. By then, we can check that the whole record for the selected staff has been deleted in the system and also in database. In addition, if there is no activity performed at staff_list.php, the system will notify the staff that the session has expired and requires them to log in again to the system. The staff will also be automatically logged out from the system. This process is done by running the function check idle time by making a countdown to 1 minute, which is 60 seconds, if there is no activity performed at this page. So that is all for the delete process in our web application system, and that's all for our presentation. Thank you.